Hello everyone, in today's video we're going to be looking at personas. What are personas, why they're important, and how to make them. My name is Arshdeep Singh. I am a user experience designer with 12 plus years of experience in the industry. I have experience in UI, UX design, visual design, branding, and marketing. So, what is a persona? A UX persona are a fictional character created based on user research to represent different user types that might use your product or service. Essentially, it is a creation of an image, a fictional image, that represents your ideal user based on the research that you have gathered or is provided to you by the research team. They are detailed profiles that encapsulate the key characteristics, goals, behaviors, and pain points of your target user. Essentially, what it means is when you are creating this fictional image, you need to fill it with certain details, and those details include characteristics, goals, behaviors, pain points, and including few other aspects that we will see in a moment. Think of a persona as a composite sketch of your typical user. They help you understand how your users are, what they need, and how they interact with your product. So once you have created this vision and filled it with details, it gives you a complete sketch to better understand, to empathize better, to humanize better, and understand their needs at a more human level. So now let's have a look why personas are important. Empathy. You as a designer need to develop empathy so that you can connect better with the users that you're designing for. You need to be deeply involved and share the same feelings they go through while using your product or service, right? This is why empathy is one of the most critical aspects as a user experience designer. This approach goes beyond functionality, understanding user emotions, motivations, and behaviors to anticipate their needs and preferences. In other words, what it's saying is this is more than understanding the functionality of the product, but at the same time, it is connecting your user by humanizing them and connecting them with the product. Now, let's have a look at types of personas, how they are created. All right. Largely speaking, there are two types of personas. One is a minimal persona and extended persona. Now, when I say largely, as a designer, this is the ideal format that you can begin with as a beginner designer. There are other four categories of advanced personas as well, but that we can discuss in a different video. But for now, and most of your project, this should serve you as an ideal template. Minimal persona includes image, name, quote, about, goals, frustrations, and pain points. And then extended personas, you have lifestyles, interests, and hobbies, including the aspects of minimal personas. Most of your project, for generally speaking, you would want to use minimal persona, but if your app or your service or your product includes elements that are going to affect their lifestyle and interest, you want to include these as well, taking into complete extended persona. Now let's have a look at what are the components of persona in detail. Here you have a name. Name is you want to give your personas a real name, all right, so that it's better humanized. You want to give a real image. You don't want to use a vector art, and you want to give it a quote describing the essence, the user, that connect them with your app or service. Then you want to include demographics, which includes their age, gender, occupation, and location. Then you have goals. What are their goals to achieve with their product, with your product? Then you want to write their frustrations and pain points. If you're designing a new service, you want to make sure that their frustrations and pain points are well researched so that you can address them in your own app or system. Then of course in lifestyle you want to capture the daily habits and routines, and interest and hobbies you are taking into account hobbies, passions and recreational pursuits. This is an example of minimal persona. As you can see on the left hand side, you have the about details, which is the name of the person, their age, their occupation, their status, location, and their general life. And then below you have their more traits that you have defined. It can either be written this way or you can write a sentence as well, right? And then there is the quote, which is in this case is saying, I want my brand to look beautiful across all client touch points. So this is something that basically essentially describes the essence of the user in relation to your product. And then you have motivations, you're writing their motivations and goals, right? And then of course frustrations. This particular picture completes your minimal persona. And last but not least, let's have a look at extended persona. It also has about, it has goals, frustrations, and other demographic details, the image, the code, and the occupation. But it is extended by the social profile. In this case, this is in reference to social media. They have Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, LinkedIn, and how much usage is being represented by the progress bars. And of course they have mentioned their brands as well. So this covers our understanding of personas, what personas are, why they're important, and how you can make them. Hope you enjoyed the video. Hope you find it useful. Please don't forget to like and subscribe, and see you in the next one.